Just a heads up, this is the second part in a series of videos reviewing the mainline Devil May Cry games. Go check out the first video if you hadn't already. There will be a link in the description below. This game, man. Originally, I was gonna go more in depth into the game like I did with the first game, but after I finished recording the video game footage, all of the footage got corrupted! I tried re-recording the footage, but halfway through the fourth mission, I said no. I'm not doing this again. Plenty of other people have already said why this game is a disaster, so it's not worth going into depth why it's so bad. I'm still gonna give my personal take on it. So with that out of the way, let's finally talk about this game. Devil May Cry 2. Starting with combat. It's so bad. Compared to the last game, Dante is so overpowered, and his guns are ridiculously broken, to the point that combat becomes more like target practice than an awesome display of demon kill in action. Weapon variety is completely gone too. You have 3 swords in the game, and they're all basically the same. Not only that, but combos are practically non-existent. I've heard that they are in the game, but I've never actually performed them, unlike the last game, because apparently, they changed the way you could perform combos in this game. Also, why use combos when your guns will get you through the whole game anyways? Moving on from combat as a whole, let's talk about the bosses. I will say that they are more consistent than in the last game, because here, every boss is bad. Bosses pretty much fall into 3 categories. Giant monsters that basically just sit there and let you shoot them no problem at all. Human-sized bosses, where their henchmen are more threatening than they are. The final type of boss is where they basically just throw everything at you, and you just need to get into a spot where their projectiles can't hit you, and again, just shoot your guns. I think you get the point. Combat is in every way a significant step down from the last game. Combat isn't the only part of gameplay that's bad. For example, the automatic lock-on. In certain missions, mainly Mission 9, you have to hit switches in order to progress, but Dante will instead attack where the enemy is because of the horrible lock-on system. There is a button to cancel the lock-on, but the fact that this option exists shows that they knew this was a problem. But it doesn't stop there. Oh no. The story is somehow even worse than the last game, which is saying something because the last game's story wasn't that good either. Now normally I would put a spoiler warning for the story section, but trust me, it's not worth it. An old woman asks Dante to help them defeating a guy named Arius. That's it. The only character that gets any significant purpose in the story is Lucia, but I don't care, because none of the characters are likable in this game. Dante especially, who went from being a melodramatic guy who likes to spout really bad one-liners to a monotone loser. Now, I know the story of the next game sort of loosely explains why he's like this, but that still doesn't save it. Not by a long shot. So is there anything I like in this game? Surprisingly enough, yes. The main thing I like is the design of Dante. I genuinely like Dante's design. I even love the dumb diesel outfits, even though they are really dumb. This was the first game to introduce weapon switching. Granted, it only works for your guns, but it's still cool. Lucia is a playable character in this game, but she isn't fun enough for me to warrant a second playthrough of the game, which is a shame. This game is a train wreck from beginning to end, which is sad. If you didn't know, this game had a very difficult development, from the original director being replaced, to the new director having less than a year to finish the game, it was a disaster to say the least. I honestly feel like if the team was given enough time, this could have been a much better game. But alas, this is the game we got, and it's not very good. Thankfully though, the next game is gonna go way up in quality, so join me next time as I review Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening.